Hi, this is Steve Colburn from Triad Speakers of Portland, Oregon. And what I want to show you today is we have some new features on our subwoofer amps. What you see here are our two subwoofer amps. On top is our Rack Amp 600, which is for our silver subwoofers, DSP 600. And beneath it is the identical Rack Amp 350. The version 2 amplifiers have a new feature that we've just activated and are demonstrating for the first time here at the show. And that is IP, connectivity, and setup, plus some advanced features that are available only through IP. So, here, if you come over here, you can connect either via a LAN or use a crossover cable if you're going to connect directly. And this allows a dealer to set up the subwoofer when the amp is located remotely, like in a rack room. So they can set this up in the room and listen and hear what's happening. The way it works is, you come back, you see our front panel display, and we'll get from the user menu where we are now to the installer setup menu. If you go down, the very first thing you see is the IP address, a dynamic IP address for this amplifier. So we simply punch it in. In this case, 169.254.197.45 and enter. And there you are. You're at the home page on the website. And what you see here is the volume control from the user menu, which is a temporary volatile volume control that the end user can futz with and mess up your careful calibration, and then when the amplifier powers off and back on, or if another preset is selected, the amplifier will go right back to your calibrated zero volume. It's not meant to be used as a permanent level set. Now beneath that are preset selections, where you choose the preset that you're going to listen to. You'll see the last two are customs, Custom 1 and Custom 2, and we'll show you how to set that up later. But for now, we'll go into the regular setup, and what you see here duplicates the setup available from our front panel and via our infrared remote. It's extensive setup. Our goal is to give our dealers and technicians the tools that they need to set up a subwoofer properly. So the first thing you see is picking the sub model, and when you do that, it uses the DSP in our sub amps to optimize the performance of that particular sub. Sets the limiting, sets equalization, so it really performs great. Next you see the fairly standard, everybody has it, your sub low pass filter, but you'll go below that and you see you can adjust the slope as well. A feature that is, if not unique to us, is pretty rare to its right, is the sub high pass filter. Think of that as a glorified subsonic filter. Occasionally, for example, you might have a room that's too big for a sub, and you can, if you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of bass extension for some additional output and headroom, you can simply raise it from the default 20 Hertz up to 30. These aren't the default showing, and gain some additional output. Depending upon the subwoofer, you might go as high as 40. To the left beneath the low pass, you see input gain level, and that's where you make permanent level adjustments, say in a 2-channel system to match the mains, or in multiple subsystems. Some people like to use that to match the level of the different subs. To your right, we have delay. Now, the delay can either be used to delay a subwoofer, in multiple subwoofer systems. A lot of people use delays. And you can also route that delay to the line level. If you pull back over here, you see we have our line outputs, stereo line outputs, and you can use that as a crossover for a 2-channel system, say a house music, and you can crossover and you can delay. So it means you can time align a house music room and make it sound better. For example, if you had a subwoofer that was 5 feet away, the main speaker's 15 feet away. You delay the subwoofer 10 milliseconds, and then it's time aligned with the mains. You see below we have the line out high pass filter, boundary equalization for the subwoofer, phase adjustment, and then on the right here you see power on. First of all, the power on method, which includes 12 volt, the default auto sense, manual, and infrared. We have discrete IR codes for that. Above that, the auto on level. So if you've got it selected to auto, that allows you to adjust the sensitivity so that it will always turn on when it needs to. And beneath that is the auto off time, so you can adjust the time it takes to turn off in minutes to adapt to your situation. Finally, at the bottom is the factory reset. So that has duplicated all of the functions that are available on the front panel. What you see is what you hear. So when you make a change, you hear the change almost instantly. Next, we go to the first of our special features that are available only through IP. The first of which is a 6-band parametric equalizer. Now we figure that most all the receivers these days and pre-pros will have their own auto EQ. Most of them are very, very good. And we didn't want to duplicate that. There was no need for that. But the very best dealers, the good technical dealers, they have their own test equipment, and we're giving them a tool to fine-tune the system. So you can see, you select the band. Here's 6 bands. You select one, and you adjust the frequency that you want to adjust to set. So that might be down, say, 60 hertz. The gain, the level. So in this case, we want to notch it out steeply, so we can go 10 hertz, minus 10 dB, and then you adjust the Q, which is the width of the filter. And a good technician will have the test equipment to know how to set that up. That's not to be done by ear. Once you've set up the 6 bands of equalization, the default, by the way, on this is turned off when it's red. You simply come in and turn it back on, and you can instantly hear the changes you've made. So that's our 6-band room EQ. The final advanced feature are we have 2 user installer adjustable presets, Custom 1 and Custom 2. So first of all, you select the preset that you wish to adjust, and then on that preset, you can adjust the default volume level that it will switch to when that preset is selected. And then you have the 3 factors that affect the single band parametric equalizer. Once again, gain, frequency, and Q. So that way you can tailor the sound of the preset, you can set the default volume level, and these are independent of the 6 bands of equalization that are in the room EQ. So that's it. I mean, otherwise you can do firmware updates, you can put in a static IP, those kinds of things. But I think our dealers will find that you can really set up our subs to sing properly and really give great home theater and house music system. Steve Colburn from Triad, thank you.